Hello everybody, hope you're doing alright. Lovely day today, so another walkabout video. In fact, might do a couple. You know, I did a video yesterday on Richard Tice and the Reform Party and the fact that he absolutely exploded on social media when he was called out by a deselected candidate for accusing them of being influenced by hope not hate, and he used the words utter and bollocks in response to defend his position. Now that video garnered thousands of views, and it just shows me that the political discourse in this country is a very important subject to a lot of people. You care about the future of this country and what's going to happen to it. So to that end, what else do we look at? Well, you look at the House of Commons at the moment and the people that are in there. You've got Conservatives, Labour, Liberal Democrats. And if you go back over the last 10, 20 years and you look up all the scandals and all the bullshittery that come with it, you wonder why we've allowed this situation to go on as long as it has done. And when you get people at the highest levels of government, the highest levels of opposition, those sitting on the front bench, and you see the blunders that they come out with and the mistakes they make and the incompetencies that they're guilty of, you wonder how the hell this country hasn't sunk any sooner than it is already. They all have skeletons in their closet of one kind or another, and it's quite obvious that a lot of them come with an awful lot of baggage. Now, one of the main areas they get caught out with is declaration of outside interests, whether it be property, whether it be stationery, whether it be earbuds for your iPhone, or whether it be putting certain bills on expenses which they really shouldn't be entitled to. The latest scandal is Angela Rayner, and she's heavily trending on social media right now. It's all over a council house that she owned at some point in time, which she apparently, and according to the press, I'm only quoting their numbers, made just under £50,000 on when she sold it. The whole controversy is that she didn't pay enough tax on the sale of that property. Now, I'm referring to capital gains tax. Now, she's claiming that she shouldn't have had to pay any capital gains tax because it was the only property she had and she was living in it with her husband at the time, so she shouldn't have to pay any. But there is an indication as well that there's a second home involved. You know, a lot of these politicians, when they're in government, when they're in Parliament, where they move around, inevitably they have a second home. And, you know, when there is a second home involved with anybody, no one should be an exception to this. There are tax obligations which have to be fulfilled. Now, if it was the likes of you and me, we would get the book thrown at us absolutely if we tried to swerve or avoid this. I'd speak to my accountant about that one if I was ever affected by it. But these people in power always seem to get the better end of the stick than everybody else. You know what the excuse is? Keir Starmer came out and said we should be more interested in Tory incompetence than something Angela Rayner may or may not have done 10 years ago. Is that correct, Keir? Well, some people get chased for years for unpaid tax and they can lose everything over it. So when you're, you know, your right-hand lady, as she is, that's okay, is it? Does that make it all right? I mean, Angela Rayner, besides, and this isn't the first time she's been in the paper over this sort of thing, I've done videos on this in the past. If you have a skeleton in your closet and you are in a position of power, or responsibility, particularly in something like a government, or a government in waiting, as it appears that Labour may well be. People are going to do everything they can to try and remove you, to try and discredit you, and ultimately cost you your position. And this has come out. Should she resign over it? I think she should, because it's going to stick with her. And her, like anybody else, what else is there? What other skeletons in the closets? And like Richard Ty said on his tweet, we deal with problems quickly. We don't let them fester. So those in power, it's okay to have them in place. Is it okay to defend them? Or is it a case of they may have something on you too? It's just another example of this, isn't it? Of the utter stupidity of the whole system, where we're expected to jump through hoops, we're expected to do as we're told, yet when things come out about them, it's a different rule book. Let me know what you think in the comments. More political shenanigans. Hit the like button, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Toodaloo.